is your channel Inglés para tu vida, and today we are going to learn new words instead of saying very. Are you tired of saying very interesting, very hot, very boring, very all the time? So we are going to learn new words to expand your vocabulary. But before we start, I would like to invite you to subscribe to your channel Inglés para tu vida. It's absolutely free. And don't forget to share this video with all the people that you know want to learn English. Alright, so let's go to the first one. We have very rude. Instead of that, we are going to use vulgar. Vulgar. For example, your language is vulgar. It's not suitable, alright? Another word is very short. Instead of that, we are going to say brief. Brief. It's a brief story. It's a brief meeting, alright? Brief. And these words are going to help us not only for the spoken language, but also for the written one. Then we have very boring. That film was very boring. Instead of that, we are going to say dull. Dull. But also dull can mean boring and stupid. It depends on the context. We have very hot, sometimes when it's summer and we are describing the weather. Instead of that, we are going to use scalding, scalding, and also scorching, scorching. In the case of scalding, we are going to talk about liquids. For example, coffee, right? Coffee, or milk, or water. And in the case of scorching, we are talking about the weather. Alright? Very good. Very good is the next one. Alright? Instead of using that, we are going to take the word superb. Very good. Superb. Superb. Very good. We are going to use that word instead of very good. Superb. Superb. So when you want to describe a movie, when you want to describe a party, when you want to describe a soup, you can use superb. We have also very hungry. Sometimes I listen to the students saying, Gisela, I'm very hungry. Instead of that expression, we are going to use ravenous. Ravenous. That means that you really want to eat at the moment. If you go to a restaurant and you say, I'm ravenous, be sure that they are going to ask all the people, all the staff to prepare your food. Great. We have very fast. How was the taxi driver going to your house? He was driving very fast. Instead of that, we can say rapid. Rapid. Alright? Great. Then we have very rich. And instead of that, we can use the word wealthy. Wealthy. That man is wealthy. That businesswoman is wealthy. Great. Then we have very tired. How do you feel? Oh, I feel very tired. Instead of that expression, we are going to use exhausted. How you feel? I feel exhausted. I've been working from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. so I'm exhausted. Alright? And then we have very poor. Instead of that, we are going to use destitute. Destitute. Alright? And these are some of the expressions that I would like to teach you today. Of course, you know that you have to put them in context, I mean, in dialogues, in short conversations, because that is going to help you grow your vocabulary. let's repeat the pronunciation of the words. Vulgar, brief, dull, scalding, scorching, superb, ravenous, rapid, wealthy, exhausted, destitute. Alright, we also have words such as very happy, and we can say jubilant instead of very happy, jubilant. We also have very worried, and instead of that we can use anxious. Anxious. I'm anxious about the results. Great. Very thirsty. Instead of that, we can use parched. I'm parched. Great. Very dirty. That room is very dirty. Instead of that, we can say squalid. Squalid. We have very clean. That's very clean. Instead of that, we can say spotless. Spotless. Very good. Very angry. Instead of that, we can say annoyed. Annoyed. Very pretty. That's an expression that we normally use. That girl's very pretty. Instead of that, you can say gorgeous. You look gorgeous. Very important. What word or expression can we use instead of very important? Vital. It's vital. It's vital to present the documents, for example. Very funny. When we're watching a movie, we laugh a lot. Very funny. Instead of that, hilarious. That was a hilarious movie. Very big. Instead of that, we can say giant or huge. But huge is more often used when you talk about enormous. And finally, very small. Instead of that, we can say tiny. Tiny. All right. As I said before, we have to use these words and expressions in context so that we can create new process in our brain to learn these expressions. I have also difficulties when speaking English because my native language is Spanish, so I have some problems when speaking English, and I normally use this word very. So what about if we try to include the new vocabulary, and the only way that we are going to learn it is by putting them into context. That means that you have to write some dialogues, some sentences, some conversations, and use them as much as you can. Thank you so much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to your channel Inglés para tu vida. It's absolutely free. See you in our next class, and share this video with all the people that you know want to learn English. Have a beautiful day.